The state was in the grip of a crisis. The rate at which humans, especially children, were going missing was alarming. It seemed like every day, another family was torn apart by the disappearance of a loved one. The authorities were baffled, and the detectives, who had tried to investigate the cases, had met with little success. Many had faced intimidation, threats, and even violence, forcing some to resign in frustration. The case files were filled with stories of children who had vanished while walking to school, of teenagers who had disappeared from shopping malls, and of adults who had gone missing after leaving work. The police department was under pressure to solve the cases, but every lead seemed to end in a dead end. The families of the missing persons were left with nothing but unanswered questions and a deepening sense of despair. Cosmas, the chief of police, stood in his office, staring blankly at the wall as the weight of the world bore down on him. His eyes felt heavy, his shoulders slumped, and his mind was consumed by fear and grief. The phone call from the top had left him shaken. The voice on the other end had been firm, commanding, and unforgiving. "This is your last chance. You must bring the perpetrators to justice, no matter the cost. The missing persons case has gone on for far too long, and your team's efforts have yielded nothing but failure." The words echoed in his mind, taunting him like a cruel mantra. He thought of the families of the missing persons, their faces etched with worry and despair. He thought of his own team, their morale battered and bruised from months of fruitless searching. The chief of police, as gaze fell upon the files scattered across his desk, the photographs of the missing persons staring back at him like accusing ghosts. He felt a wave of shame wash over him, followed by a surge of determination. He took a deep breath, squared his shoulders, and began to pace around the room. He couldn't give up now. He had to find a way to crack the case, to follow the trail of breadcrumbs that would lead him to the perpetrators. As he paced, his mind began to racing with possibilities. He thought of the leads they had pursued, the tips they had received, the suspects they had interviewed. He thought of the evidence they had collected, the forensic analysis they had conducted. And then, like a bolt of lightning on a stormy night, it hit him. An idea, a theory, a hunch. It was a long shot, but it was worth a try. His heart began to pound in his chest as he reached for the phone. He dialed a number, his hands shaking with anticipation. "Get me everything we have on the case," he barked